Students, so we are continuing with the chapter active and passive voice, and we have discussed how to change assertive sentences into passive voice. So today now we are going to discuss about how to change imperative sentence to passive voice. So before starting that, we have to know what is imperative sentence. This is already known to you because we have discussed this at the beginning of the session, right? So what is imperative sentence? The sentences in which verb express command, request, advice, etc. are called imperative sentence. The sentence through which we express our request or our any order, or we command someone, or we give advice to someone, all these kinds of sentence comes under what? Imperative sentence. For example, do this work, shut the door. All these are imperative sentence. Now we know all these are imperative sentence, but how to change this imperative sentence to passive voice? Okay, we use the verb let followed by passive infinitive. Passive infinitive means be plus past participle. Okay, when some imperative sentence are changed into passive, means what we have to do, we will first write in the passive voice, we will first write let, then the subject of the passive voice, which is the subject in the passive voice, means the object of the active voice will become the subject in the passive voice, and then be, we will have to write be and then the past participle form. Let's see the example. See, do this work, right? So do this work. So this work is the object here, it will become the subject. So let this work. So let after the subject of the passive voice, then be. So let this work be, then the past participle. So what is the past participle of do? Is done. So let this work be done. Bring some water. So it will be let some water be brought. Switch off the lights. Let the lights be switched off. Okay, so you have to keep these rules in your mind. Okay, now we are moving on to different type of sentence. Now, however, some imperative sentences begins with please or kindly. We use you are requested to when these sentences are changed into passive. So if a sentence contains words like please, kindly, from this word, by looking at these words, you will know that someone is requesting to someone, right? So in this case, you will use you are requested to. For example, please shut the door. Please shut the door. Please shut the door. So in such case, what we will do? So it will be changed to you are requested you are requested to shut the door. You are requested to shut the door. Okay, so now you know how to do it. So if you see there is request, you will write please, you will write you are requested to, then the infinitive. So see here, please bring me a glass of water. You are requested to bring me a glass of water. We need to add to also. Okay, then kindly help me. You are requested to help me. Okay, so we will do like this. Now the next one, when the verb or express order advice, we use you are ordered, you are advised in the passive voice. So by reading at the sentence, you have to understood if it's a order or a request, or it's a suggestion or advice. So you will understand it by reading at it. For example, consult a doctor at once. It's a advice. So you are advised to consult a doctor at once. Get out of the room. So it's an order or command. So you are ordered to go out of the room. So this way you will do it. So when you don't see word like please, or if you understand that this is not an order, then do this work. This you can also write you are requested to do this work, or you are ordered to do this work, and you can also write in this way, let this work be done. Okay, so these are some of these way in which you can change imperative sentences to passive voice. Okay, now we will see how to change a sentence which is having a modal verb to passive voice. So sentences with modal verbs, like what are modal verbs? Like can, could, shall, should, may, must, might. All these are what? These are modal verbs. This can be changed into passive in the following ways. So how can we change it? So first we will write in where for where there is modal verb, in that place we will do like yeah, I can do this. This work can be done by me. So after the modal verb, main verb of the passive voice, we will write plus be verb plus participle. Okay, so what we will do, we will write the modal verb, then we will add be, and then the past participle form of the main verb. Okay, like may do, so it will be, after we will write the modal verb, then be, and then the past participle form of the modal verb. Okay, so our rule is to write the modal verb, then we will write be, and after that we will write V3 form of, that is the past participle form of the main verb. This is how we will change the sentence with modal verb to passive voice. We have discussed how to change modal verbs to passive voice. Now let us talk about infinitive. So in case of that, so what are the infinitive? For example, you will have to do this work. Here after to we have the object, right? You will have to do this work. Where is a phrase after the where there is a phrase, not directly the object, and the phrase is after to. Okay, in such case we call this infinitive. For example, in case of infinitive to, what we will do, the present infinitive to plus first form of the verb is changed to, if the present infinitive to and there is first form of the verb, so what we will do, it will be changed to be plus participle in the passive voice. So for your understanding in a easy way, we will discuss with the help of example. For example, you will have to do this work. So we will first bring the object as subject, so this work, then we will write this will have main form of the verb, then this work we will have, then the infinitive to, after to we will write be, and then the past participle form of the verb. So this work will have to be done by you, then you have to do this work, or you have to do it. So it has to be done by you. I expect to pursue him. I expect him to be pursued. So what we will change? We will change after to. Before that, we will just bring the subject. We will just bring the object as subject. Okay, and we will use the main verb according to that. Okay, and after to we will change it. Okay, we will change it. Okay, so this way we will change infinitive. Okay, And now the next one, if the sentence which begins with it is time to are changed into passive voice using the structure. So if the sentence is starting with it is time, we will change it to like it is time. After that we will add for, and then the object, then to be verb, to be, and then the past participle. Okay, first what we will do, we will write it is time. After that we will add for, and then the object, then to be, then the past participle. See the example, it is time to ring the bell. So it is time, it is time, then for, then the object, means object of passive active voice will be written here. So it is time for the bell, and then to be, then the past participle of this main verb. So it is time for the bell to be rung. Okay, next example, it is time to say the prayer. So it is time for the prayer to be said. It is time to learn English. It is time for the English to be learned. Okay, so this is how we deal with infinitive. How this is how we change it to passive voice. Okay, so this much for today. If you find any confusion or any doubt, please ask me. Okay, students, thank you. We are ending this here. Thank you. Hello, student. Let's see how to change interrogative sentence. Okay, so interrogative sentence can be of two types. One is yes no answer type question, and another is WH question. So first we need to know it's which are yes no answer type questions. So any question which start with auxiliary like do, does, then so any question which start with auxiliary, especially do or does, so in such question we will change it to we will see how to change this question to passive voice. Or any question which starting with WH words like which, what, why, and how is not starting with WH, but it comes under WH words. Okay, so let's see how to change this word. Okay, so see first example, do you know him? So in this case, let's see how to do it. What we have to, we will, in place of do or does, we will write is, am, or are according to our need. So here the object, do you know him? So you know him. Let us first see this part. Okay, so you know him. So if we change it to auxiliary what passive voice, if we don't see this part do, if we don't see this part do, it is you know him. So he was known to me, right? So you know him. So he was, so we will first need to write he. So before writing he, we will write is. So is, then he. So as we have wrote is at the beginning, then we will write the passive subject, and then the past participle, and then the other part of the sentence. So do you know him? So is he known to you? Then does he help you? So does he help you? So this is our subject now, right? So according to this subject we will use are. So is, am, are, or was, or where will be used in the passive voice. Is, am, are, was, or where. If the question, if the question is yes no answer type question in passive voice, we will use this auxiliary verb. Okay, so see this. Wait. Yeah. So does he help you? Are you helped by him? Does she teach you? So what is the question? If we change this to passive voice, we have to first, let me tell you a shortcut. So we will first change this part to passive voice. To she teach me. So I am taught by her, right? So I am taught by her. So here we will do what thing in the question. If it is interrogative, we will first write this in the beginning, am, and then I will write this I. So am I taught by her? Okay, see here, am I taught by her? Again, did you beat him? So here also what we will do in a shortcut way, we will don't see this did, we will see you beat him. So if we change this sentence to passive voice, this object will become the subject. No, so it will become he. Then so it is in past tense. So he was beaten. He was beaten by you. So this is in assertive sentence. In interrogative sentence, what we will do, we will write this part at the beginning. So was, and then this he. Was he beaten by you? And then don't forget to put question mark. See here, was he beaten by you? So here, if you see only this part, you beat him, we will not understand the tense. After showing this did, does, or do, you will understand the tense. And don't forget to put question mark in the passive voice also. Okay. Next is, did she punish them? So were they punished by her? Okay. And in case of WH question, or everything will remain the same, only if the question start with who, we will write by whom, and if there is whom in the active voice, we will write who. Okay, and all other part is same as that yes no question. So who taught you? So by whom were you taught? Then why do you teach? So who is taught? Okay, how did you cross the river? We'll first write how, and then same as this, then we will write was the river crossed by you? Why do you beat him? Earlier we read did you beat him? So this time why do you? So only what we will do, we will write why, and then the part is same. Why is he beaten by you? Why is he beaten by you? Understood? When do you sell your car? When is your car sold? Okay, this is how we will do in WH question. And if the question is model, then first we will write WH word, then the model word, then the object, and then the be verb, and then the past participle verb, and then the agent. So don't forget to write be if there is model verb, but we will don't write it directly after the model. In the middle we will have to add the object. So how could she annoy you? So how could you be annoyed by her? Why can't you read this novel? Why can't this novel be read by you? So don't forget to use be. Okay, so this is how we change interrogative sentence to passive voice.